Schedule set, baby. 2024. Seeing it on paper makes it very real, makes it feel very close. Week 1, that game's going to be August 31st. Temple in Norman. Week 2, Houston in Norman. Week 3, Tulane in Norman. First SEC game will be September 21st against Tennessee. That is going to be a lot of fun. Then Auburn at Auburn, week 5, week 6 bye before Texas on October 12th. That'll be the week 7 matchup there in the Cotton Bowl. Week 8, South Carolina and Norman. Then you get a trip in week 9 to Oxford, Mississippi to take on Ole Miss. Week 10, Maine. We get the November cupcake game. Look at that. We are definitely an SEC team. Look at us.
We'll
week
be
11
thankful for it by then too.
Yeah. Well, week 11 is a trip to Columbia to take on Missouri. Week 12 bye. And that bye comes before one hell of a finish to the season. Alabama coming to Norman on November 23rd. And then the Sooners finish up at LSU. Woo! Woo! What stood out to you when it came out? What stood out to you most, Ted?
The end, the last two games of the season stood out, and I absolutely love the schedule. I love it. I think it's awesome. I think the non-con is laid out perfectly. Temple, Houston, Tulane. Temple, not very good. Houston, that's a Power 5 football game. They're going to have a new coach that's really good. That's going to be a nice little test. Tulane is we'll see the remnants that Coach Fritz left there at Tulane, but that's another. They're about to play in a big time bowl game, and there's going to be some players left over there, I'm sure. So are they going to be as good? I don't know, but it's a good, strong lead up. Not too strong, but a good, strong lead up into your first SEC game against Tennessee. Storylines galore for that football game. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. But really, overall, I love how it's kind of sectioned out. We've got the first group of games, and then you get a bye week to regroup. Then you have Texas. You got that second group of games, and then throw Maine in there as a little bit of a time to maybe get some starters back a little bit or something. And
it's a bye. It's another bye. We don't have to pretend it's not.
Yeah, you can play. Maybe your starters play a half or something like that. It's a lighter week, and then you got a bye week before you end the thing with a bang. I love how it's sectioned out. I love the road trips in there. I love the big games. I think it's awesome.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome to just look at it on paper. I stared at it for entirely too long.
Just a bunch of big names, right? The name.
It just feels different, man. It just means more. But I do really like the fact that the first road trip is Auburn. Auburn's going to be a much better team next season than they were this season. But there is going to be there's just going to be an adjustment period to what road trips are going to be like now. It's a different world going on the road in the SEC as compared to going on the road in the Big 12. And Auburn, Jordan-Hare Stadium, I heard that place is awesome. But all things considered, if that's your first road trip, like your first taste of it, I don't think Auburn's going to be a, top 5 football team or anything like that. So I think it's a nice blend of, oh, this is what this is going to feel like, but also having, you're going to be on the field against a team that you are better than. So I'd like that combination. You get to feel that SEC environment and all the weight that comes with it, but also you're lining up against a team that you feel like you're better than. Solid combination for your first SEC road trip.
Here's what's great, and I agree with you. Every SEC team you play next year, except for South Carolina, has a chance to be a top 10 team.
Damn it. You're probably right.
Well, a lot of them are there right now, you know, but Auburn is, you can tell that it's boiling under the surface there, right? You
Hugh
can tell.
Freeze can coach, man. He just think what you want about the guy. I know
They're
he
flipping
made some
recruits left
mistakes
and
in his
right.
past. Guy can coach. He's
Yep.
going to get them right.
It's coming. It's coming
They
with
almost
Auburn.
beat Bama this season. They should have
Yep.
beat Bama.
Now, Missouri, is this a one-off? I don't know, but that's 10-2 football team right now. Say what you want, okay? And they've got more. They're recruiting better and better as things go along. We know LSU this year didn't end up doing what a lot of people thought they were going to, but that's LSU. LSU can come out and, like, that's how they do it. That's LSU's a wave, right? And it's been a little bit. The wave is coming. I don't know at what point it's going to come roaring back, but it will. So, I'm thrilled with it. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. Is it going to be difficult? Absolutely. Is there a potential that next season, record wise, is not good? Yeah. There's a really strong potential of that. There's also potential of just a special season that we haven't had in a long time. So I love it.
There's also the potential for this. And sometimes when I'm looking at a schedule, I think of the weirdest things. Check the calendar. Thanksgiving next year is November 28th. Can you imagine if OU beats Alabama and we all get to sit around the Thanksgiving table and talk about it? Oh, and you got LSU coming up next? That just, I don't even know. I don't even know if the families in the state of Oklahoma can handle that. That would be, please, please. That would just be so incredible. But I saw something from our buddy Bill Conley. So, according to this year's SP Plus rankings to end the regular season, remember SP Plus is his metric for ranking teams. OU has the 7th toughest schedule in the country next season. Now, there's clearly going to be a lot of change with all the roster movement that goes on now in college football. But the reason I bring that up, it's a pretty solid indicator of what OU is about to see and experience in 2024. And sink or swim, man. You better play well, or you're right, Ted. You better play well, or it could look that loss column can rack up quick. But can't be scared, baby. Let's go. This is what we signed up for. Come on.
There's no doubt about it. And what your schedule looks like definitely affects how a team prepares in the offseason. 100%. And I think that the players in that facility are going to see that, and I know that it's going to change the overall, like, the stature and the seriousness and the way that locker room handles themselves and the way that they prepare throughout the season. At least it better. All right. Cause I don't know. I love it. I think it's going to be awesome. And I've said this over and over, and I'll continue to say it until it's proven wrong, maybe right out of the gate. But I believe that Oklahoma is at its best whenever it is challenged the most, whenever the conference that it plays in is the best, whenever the schedule is the toughest. that's whenever we typically rise and play our best football. And like I've continued to say, I've got no Big 12 was great. We're moving on from it, but the last decade, I think, lulled this fan base, this team to sleep with the matchups, sleepy road games, 11 o'clock kicks, sleepy home games, play a entire season and maybe face 1, 2 fringe top 25 teams. It took the edge away from this football team and this football program. That's going to have to be back. And that's why I'm so excited, because I think this schedule is going to do exactly that. It's going to bring the edge back. And that's whenever we're going to start bouncing back in a big way.
I like it.